I'm going to try and get across, having been diagnosed with Parkinson's just under 7 years ago tomorrow, actually, that even with Parkinson's, you can still exercise, you can still do the things you want to do, you can still live life to the full. Me and my friend, now Alok, a friend of mine, he's blind actually, but he features quite a lot in my pictures, and we do quite a lot together, and we have the attitude that he's blind, I've got Parkinson's, so what? We're still going to carry on and do things, and that's not going to stop us. So that's a picture of us. It's the flora. I don't know what year it is actually, probably about 20 years ago, I think. I know I don't look much older, but that's sort of when my running career started. I didn't do some bad times. That one, although it says I'm a female for some reason, it's 3:18. I was quite pleased with that. 3:07 was one of my best times. I think what you've got to remember is everyone gets older, and you've got to accept that you're going to slow down. So then we have this, as I mentioned, 11th February 2011, when my world turned upside down, I suppose, which is why I've got Alok's son, who's a very good skier, doing an upside down flip, and that's how I felt a bit at the time. But my wife said to me, what's the difference between now and Christmas? Well, not a lot really, so I'm just going to carry on as I did. And I just got into skiing, so I thought I'm going to carry on skiing. So I went skiing. I just carried on doing what I want to do. I'm a bit fanatic sport-wise. I carried on going to the gym, playing golf, playing football, running, skiing. Not very well, but I thought I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm going to keep going. And then in the early years, thought I'm going to try and run the Royal Parks Half Marathon with my blind friend again. So we ran that, I think that's about 4 or 5 years ago, that one. And I've done 5 Royal Parks Halves over the past 5 years, and I really enjoyed it. It's a great run. If anyone would like to do it and try and get a place through Parkinson's. As I say, I've done 5 Royal Parks, and each time I lead Alok round, a bit like a dog really, but he's on the lead there. But we enjoy it, and I think it just illustrates what you can do. So I say it's a family affair. These are my kids. That must be about 15 years ago now. Hannah and Luke, and that's the Woodbridge 10K. If anyone's ever done that, it's quite a hard run actually. But I got my kids into running, and 2 years ago Hannah did the New York Marathon for Parkinson's. And she did really well. She did 4:23 in the first one at 18. And that included, because she's a bit obsessed with her phone, tweeting and doing God knows what all the way around. But she got the medal, and that's, as I said earlier, that's important. And then not to be outdone, my son decided to do it the year after. So he did the New York Marathon, and he's got the medal. And then I thought, well, I'm going to have a go at a marathon. I'm not sure if I mentioned, I've done 22 marathons in total, 21 up to about 10 years ago, including 18 in London and 3 others in Wales. And I thought, well, this time I'm going to have a go at doing the London Marathon. I thought, well, this is going to be managing my medication on the way around, really. So I don't know if anyone knows what medication their contacts and colleagues take, have Parkinson's, but the important ones at the bottom, they're the real ones that give you a big boost. So I probably overdosed on during the marathon last year, taking too many. I mean, when I came through first, they did want to test me for drugs, but I probably would fail actually. But I think if anyone is taking medication for Parkinson's and they're running, they'll know when they've got to keep taking it. And I mean, there is a limit on how much you're obviously meant to take each day, but you're only young once, as it were. So if you're going to run the marathon, you can squeeze it together a bit and sprint it. So as I said, I decided to run last year, and I thought I was 30 again. So I did that's at 9 miles. You can't just almost see the marker. I did the first half in 2:08, so I was quite pleased with that. But then everything kicked in, and I sort of went into slow motion, I think, almost. And it took me about 3 hours to finish the second half. And it wasn't pretty at the end, I can tell you. But people were saying to me, you okay, you need to stop. And I thought, no, I don't stop. That doesn't happen. And eventually we finished, and I've forgotten the name of Gareth. I hadn't, because obviously he's got it on his shirt, but I had forgotten, but I can see it's Gareth. And Alice, who ran last year, and they were great, actually, because I was running about 20 miles, running along, and there was Gareth and Alice walking along, and I said, what are you doing? You can't walk, you're almost there. And so they started running. Then everything about me kicked in, and Alice and Gareth were great support. We finished the race together, and it was truly a team event, and we felt part of a team, Parkinson's team, and when we met up in Royal Strand Palace Hotel after, it was a great occasion, and I'm very grateful for them for sort of giving me the motivation to get to finish. I thought I'd do one of my medals over the years. I'm not allowed to hang it anywhere prominent in the house because it doesn't go with the decor apparently, but obviously everyone likes to have a medal, and those are mine. So what am I about really? What I want to try and get across is that even if you have Parkinson's, you don't have to stop. You can carry on doing what you want. You've got to invest in it though. You've got to exercise, you've got to work at it, you've got to go to the gym and keep your body strong. And additionally, I have a full-time job, and so I keep working, I keep my brain mentally active, and it's all part of a routine. And it probably is a bit obsessive, and it drives Anne mad, but hopefully it'll bear fruit in the long run. And I think as Muhammad Ali says, don't count the days, make the days count. Make every day important to you. Achieve something every day. Otherwise, if you don't, you're going to regret it. And one thing I've always said about Parkinson's, this is a picture of me last year, just water skiing. I'm lucky enough to be able to have these opportunities. I do accept, but I think the thing about Parkinson's is you can tell it what you want to do, and you can do it, and don't let it tell you what you want to do, because if you want to get up and water ski, have a go. What's the worst that can happen? There are a lot worse things that can happen if you don't do it. So never give in. Plan ahead. I only use this photograph because I thought the monkey collecting the corn was a good indication of planning for the future. What I actually mean is you always have things to look forward to. Plan trips, events, runs. Always look forward. Never look back, because there's a lot of life to be lived yet, and if you sit down and give in, you won't do it. And I thought this is my son. I wouldn't do that, but it illustrates the point I'm trying to make. Take hold of the tail of the tiger and go with it and see what happens, because you might have a good time. Obviously, if he's going to turn around and bite you, run. But I'm not saying I'm going to be Prime Minister, but actually this was an opportunity I had with Parkinson's to go and meet the Prime Minister. These are opportunities I would never have had with Parkinson's. So I think, my final slide, so what would I change? Well, I don't think I'd change too much, really. Would like not to have it, but, I wouldn't be where I am now if it wasn't for it. Live with it. Control it, don't let it control you. And in terms of running, enjoy the marathon if you're running. You're part of a team. It's a great team to be part of. Good cause. We're going to raise lots of money for hopefully one day find the cure. And from my point of view, I'd like to thank you for running. So thank you very much.